Gun control, it requires concentration and a steady hand. Hey, be armed, be safe. I'm all fired up about guns here lately because governments are always after the people who don't do bad things. It's an amazing thing, but I guess it's a low-hanging fruit with regards to getting reelected. I don't know, but my fire up is because I'm going to the SHOT Show in a week. That's in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's great. I'm with upwards to 100,000 of my people who want freedom. And people who don't murder people and people who don't rob banks. These are law-abiding people, they're citizens. And yet the government, they always amaze me. They just keep on being themselves. Look at California. California and Canada, you got two leaders of those respective places that are the same, virtually, in so many ways at least. And the populations of the state and the country are similar as well. But Newsom, in his country, there's a constitution. And in that constitution, there's a Second Amendment. And it says you have the right to defend yourself. In Canada, the Liberal government has put into law, you have the right to defend yourself, but not with a tool of any kind. So you really don't. You can't use your hands. So it's silly talk to say you have the right to defend yourself because you do not. And California would like that as well, but they have this constitution that's in their way all of the time. How do we get it out of our way? So this governor, he has all kinds of ideas with regard to that. He says, hey, you know what? The Supreme Court said that you get to carry a concealed gun, so that's okay. I can't go against the Supreme Court, but I tell you what I can do. I got 26 categories of places where you can't carry a gun. Sensitive places, including parks, playgrounds, zoos, libraries, museums, banks, and hospitals, and houses of worship, and public transportation, and stadiums, and athletic facilities, and casinos, and bars, and restaurants that serve alcohol, and so on. A terribly long list. In other words, you can drive cars, but I'm against it, and the law says I can't outlaw cars, so I'm going to close all the gas stations. That's effectively what he's done. The CRPA and many other gun groups in California got together and said, hey, not so fast, you all can't do that, and they got an injunction. Newsom then went and got the injunction overturned. CRPA and all their people went and got it overturned, and now in California, you can carry a gun for self-protection. People, bad guys, they attack us in churches, concerts, schools, and those are the sensitive places that are to be gun-free zones under Newsom. Wow, the bad guys will continue to be bad guys, criminals. Is there any part of that word that politicians can't understand? It's a God-given right to defect. Maybe the government, people should defect and go to another country to defend your life and the lives of people around you, your loved ones. I mean, it's common sense, but good sense ain't common when it comes to government. And liberals in Canada, since their bail reforms, they said, hey, oh, you bad guys, we don't want to keep you in jail too long. You might miss dinner at home and somebody's cooking it for you. Crime is up 40%. Violent crime, 40%. Well, of course it is. It's catch and release, and look at London, England, and the big cities, and the country itself, the UK, and other countries like Australia and so on. Same kind of stats. Take the guns away from the good people, and the bad people go out and they continue to do bad things. Hey, all you good guys, the weight of judgment pressing down on us, judgment from other people, because the left-wing press says that we're bad. That judgment, it presses down on us, it suffocates us with a mix of anger and despair. And how do we fix that? The rooms are getting smaller and the walls are closing in until we go to a gun show like that SHOT Show and we're amongst our own folks. Gun control, it makes people helpless. It won't make bad people armless. That kind of says it. I mean, it just does. In the US of A, you have the NRA and the CRPA, and every state has their own organization like the one in California that help people. And if you don't like guns, if you don't have a gun, you should still look at these organizations. It's about freedom. In Canada, you have the CSSA, Canadian Shooting Sports Association, and then you have the FLD, which is Firearm Legal Defense. All these things, it sounds like FBI and CIA, blah. But they all help people in the gun world. And in America, proportionally in Canada, believe it or not, it's almost the same thing. But in America, there's more than 500 million guns. 500 million, over 200 million people have guns. You'd think governors and people in elected offices would figure it out. You're going to make them mad. You can't say that you can't protect your life. Oh, you can, but you're a moron. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.